What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. First, I want to give a huge shout out to Matthew, Bonnie, and Devin. Thank you so much for the Cash App. I really appreciate you, hooligans. Thank you so much for all your help. We're going to be starting out with this first video titled Major Donor Revolt Leaves Biden's Library Plans in Shambles. Apparently, it's a lot like Hyena Harris's campaign funding and stuff. They just don't have the proper funding, and so they don't know what they're going to do with this library, which is pretty interesting. They actually treated old man Walter like shit. I'm not saying whether or not he deserved it, but man, they pulled the rug from underneath this campaign, and they're not even going to be able to put his library together. Just, I don't know. Anyways, then we got a video. It's titled TSA Sharing Airline Passenger Data with ICE. This is kind of a slippery slope, sort of. It's not that big of a deal as long as you're legal, but I have questions about all this surveillance that's going on. Then we got an interesting video titled JetBlue Plane Narrowly Avoids Mid-Air Collision with a Military Aircraft. It's like once a week this happens. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. It almost makes me wonder if they're like smoking UFOs or something like that, and they're just lying about it, because how could the military just be in the damn way every time an aircraft leaves the ground? That sounds weird to me, so I don't know. It sounds like a cover-up. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Russell, and it's titled Pooping Ruler. Then getting back into the news, we got a video. It's titled Manhunt Continues for Brown University Shooter as Questions Swirl About Campus Security. Apparently they thought they had a guy, but then they let him go because he wasn't the guy. I don't know. It's really weird. And how come all the camera footage we ever get of anybody is just the back of their head? It's never their face. Luigi Mangione, the J6 pipe bomb person, the Charlie Kirk shooter. It's like we don't ever have like real shit of their face, and the face photos they released from the Charlie Kirk thing don't look anything like the guy they got in custody right now. So I don't know. It's very weird. Then we got another video. It's titled Brian Walsh Found Guilty for Murder of Wife Anna. I told you guys this was going to happen. They never found her body, and they still gave him guilty for murder, which is crazy. I mean, he probably did it, but it's just how you get murder if they don't ever find the body. We were talking about this extensively when we first covered it, so we got that follow-up. Then we got a video. It's titled Hollywood director Rob Reiner Found Murdered. Now, in this, they say that they were stabbed to death, but I saw some things suggesting, I don't know if they got it from CNN or where they got it, but people were saying that their throats were slit, which is different than death by stabbing, at least in my opinion it is. And they think the son might have done it, but there's not really a lot of information other than somebody pointing fingers. Somebody was like, hey, that guy probably did it, and now he's in jail for murder. And so, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's kind of a messy thing. Then for the last little bit of the news, I wish it was lefties losing it. I don't know if Rita took the day off or what, so it's not. It is FBI has arrested 4 individuals allegedly in a New Year's Eve terror plot targeting Los Angeles. They're actually Antifa scum. They're those pro-Palestinian Antifa or whatever. But this group is called Turtle Island Liberation Front or whatever. But it's just Antifa. And you could tell because they're all proud of themselves. They admitted to the FBI who they were. So now anybody who claims to be a part of that group, they're all under the microscope now. So that's a thing. Then we're going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Yeah. And I'm trying to remember what that video even is. Now I'm thinking about, oh yeah. It's not yeah. It's yeah. That's what it is. I remember now. Our official funny video of the day was provided by Colty, and it's titled Collect Them All. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. Oh my goodness, mouse. Just let my mouse catch up. Good Lord. I wonder what's causing this. There's got to be something wrong with Windows. Anyways, what is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Turbo? What's up, Russell? What's up, Guessum? What's up, Tom? What's up, Snooks? And what's up, Matt Rogers? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Cass, you were first today. Happy freedom to you, and I appreciate you racing to the chat, Cass. What's up, Dudden? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Bugs? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Boosted Flames? What's up, Ramsey? Happy freedom, you hooligans. What's up, Kevin? Happy freedom to you. Let me see, sliding through here real quick. What's up, Mr. Satan? What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom. Matt Rogers, you're omnipresent. I appreciate you. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. Let me see, scrolling through. Thank you so much, Get Some, for the $20 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Get Some. Thank you so much for all your help and all of your support. It says, happy, what does this say? Shinkage week? Oh, man. Thank you, Get Some. I appreciate you. Let me see. Make sure we say hello to everyone. What is up, Patriot Dad? Happy freedom. What's up, Cricket Kiss? Happy freedom to you. Make sure we get everybody. What's up, Libby Racer? Happy freedom. You hooligans are welcome. Hit that like button over on Rumble. See if we can get us on the front page. I heard that they put Glamour as the featured live streamer on Rumble. She was in the #1 spot. Like when you go to Rumble, the top page, first fucking thing you see. I guess they made Glamour #1 yesterday or last night or something. I'm so damn jealous. When they get promote us? When's Rumble gonna care about us? When's that gonna fucking happen? I don't know. I'm so jealous. What is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Matt Rogers, you're truly omnipresent. What's up, Odd? Happy freedom to you. Let me see here. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom. You and Snooks are the same color. In the chat, guys, calm down. Calling me a racist. Anyways, what is up, everyone over on the GoofTube? Agent O, you were first over here. Happy freedom to you. What's up, Daniel? Happy freedom. What's up, Donnie Brooklyn? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mr. Satan? Happy freedom. Let me see. Let me see. Russell, you're omnipresent. I appreciate you. Matt Rogers, you are truly omnipresent. I appreciate you. What is your name? Is it Bodie? Well, happy freedom to you either way. What's up, Salty Ginger? Happy freedom. What's up, Tar Kitty? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Damon Walker? What's up, Charmaine? Happy freedom. Never heard of her. Who you talk about? And what is up, X? Happy freedom to all of you hooligans over on X. Guess I'm so racist. I know. It's chat, or the chat over on Twitch. That's what it is. It's their fault. They're worried about colors. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into things while I try and process how to tell you guys what happened today, because today's been kind of eventful, and my brain's all over the place because of it. And I got these dark circles under my eyes, so I don't like that. Stress. Don't like it. Anyways, getting into this first video here. Major donor revolt leaves Biden's library plans in shambles, just like Biden's life and his wife. It's all bad. It's all bad and smells like piss. Anyways, let's get this pulled up real quick. Like, we're not going to watch the whole thing, but we're going to watch enough of it. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
Welcome back. Time for the hot topic of the hour. Former President Joe Biden is falling far short of the money needed to build his presidential library. The New York Times finding through public filings that Biden received no new donations for that library in 2024. The Times writes this, quote, Mr. Biden's foundation told the IRS this year it expected to bring in $11.3 million total by the end of 2027. That would be far lower than the pace set by other recent presidents and far less than the $200 million that Biden aides said that they needed to raise or wanted to raise eventually. Discussions reportedly underway to consider consolidating the future library with Biden's pre-existing institutions at the University of Delaware, including the planned Biden Hall, which already has planned funding. Liz, it's interesting. You don't see China anymore saying, I want to help Joe Biden with all of his libraries. We had a lot of money from China go into the University of Delaware at one point. Oh, right. That was when he was president.
Right.
All right. So that's the details on that. Now, old man Walter, apparently he's already got a little spot for all his little accolades and all that stuff. So they're talking about potentially adding his presidential stuff to those pre-existing institutions, and they're calling it Biden Hall. It just sounds like it smells bad. But either way, they're saying that that project already has funding, so they may just kind of compile everything together and put it at that location. I think they said in Delaware, because they don't have the funds to put together his presidential library. And like I mentioned earlier, that's crazy. After they pushed him out of the campaign, they pulled his campaign from underneath him. They all covered up his cognitive decline and all that crap so they could manipulate him and shove him around, make him sing and dance on stage and sound like a crazy person, because he sounded like a crazy person. And now they kicked him out of the White House. He's dying of cancer, and they can't even put his library together. And they're probably snorting all of his son's coke and everything else. What a bunch of monsters. Just chewing this guy up and spitting him out. But that's how it is on Capitol Hill. That's like, it's just as bad as Hollywood. Either way, next up we got TSA sharing airline passenger data with ICE. Now, some people think that this is like an invasion of privacy, or, you know, you got to feel really bad for the illegals that are here, and you got a lot of arguments like that. I worry more about the surveillance. Like, yeah, this is great. Go ahead and use this to kick the illegals out. But it all makes me think of the 911 day, right? The 911 day happened, and then we brought in a bunch of security. And we were like, we need all this surveillance because it's in national security interest, right? It's for the greater good. We have to surveil everything. That's why they listen to us on our phones. They watch us on our cameras. They do all this shit, and they admit to it all the time on TV, even though people think that they haven't admitted to it. Like it's a secret that they're watching us and listening to us, but it's not a secret. They've announced it. Now, they all did it for the greater good, and it all came from 911 day. Well, now we got this. This is also a catastrophe. It just didn't happen all on one day. It happened over a period of 4 years. But we're upping the security and we're upping the surveillance, and supposedly this is going to get the illegals out, which is all great, right? That makes all of us on board with it. But what happens when they get the illegals out? Well, then we're just sitting here being conditioned to be surveilled at this new heightened level. And I think that's kind of fucking weird. And I don't think people are really noticing that. Either way, it's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about old man Walter's library potentially not being built because they don't have the funds, because they gave it to Hyena Harris so she could lose the presidential election. Here, juicer. Poop. That's right. Turbo probably got an ice cream shop out front and a geriatric center too. That's where the Capitol Hill is. It's like an old folks home. It shouldn't be that way. Guess I realized while sitting on the toilet today that when shit finally goes down, I'll probably be alone. That was me today. That was me today. I woke up and my stomach was so sick, and I think I might actually be getting sick. I'm hoping not. But I was hearing loudness coming from the front of my house. And I don't know what the fuck was going on, but my name's not on the buzzer because nobody's name is on the buzzer. And I'm sitting there trying to stay alive in the bathroom. And I'm hearing boom, 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 boom on my, like right there on my fucking door. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then boom, 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 beep, beep. And they're pressing my buzzer and knocking at the same time. But there's like a 15-foot and 22 stair difference between knocking on my door and ringing the buzzer. I'm like, holy shit, there's a whole team of people here fucking trying to get my attention. Well, little do they know, it takes an hour for me to use the fucking bathroom because I got so many problems with my stomach. So I'm sitting there trying not to throw up, trying to use the bathroom, freak the fuck out. Someone's banging on my fucking door. Nobody's ever knocked on my door like that in the whole 10 years I hadn't fucking lived here. It's got to be the police. It's got to mean the world around me is falling apart. So I'm freaked out. I'm trying to get my ducks in a row. I find out I don't have enough money to even bond out if this is the case, if today's the day. So I'm trying to figure this out. I'm calling credit card companies. I'm literally filling out applications on the toilet to try and get fucking credit cards approved and get virtual cards so I can try and scan them to see if I can get out of jail and all this other shit. And so I finally make it out of the bathroom. My heart's beating out of my fucking chest. I message the entire world that I'm about to be taken. And I don't know what's going to fucking happen. And so I go outside expecting to be arrested, and nobody's there. Nobody's there. And all the cars are gone. Nobody's here in the building. I have no one to ask. Who the fuck was knocking on my shit? How were they ringing the buzzer and knocking at the same damn time? And I'm trying to figure this out, and nobody fucking knows anything. So I try to continue to get my ducks in a row as much as I possibly can. My attorney never called me back. And they haven't come back. And so I'm trying to figure out what's going on. It was not just somebody knocking on my door. Like, it had to be the fucking police. It had to be. Now, it's my fault because I had shit, I guess. I don't know. But now I don't know what's going on. And all I know is that I'm thankful they didn't take me because I wouldn't be here right now because I can't afford to bond the fuck out. Now, this is a terrible fucking thing happening to me because somebody is fucking lying and pointing their finger at me. And the allegations are serious, but they're completely fucking false. And so I'm under this fucking lawfare right now. And I'm not okay because of it. And I can't be okay because of it. Because I have to sit here and worry about this stupid shit. And it's bullshit, because after all the money and the days and the fucking shit, the hoops you got to jump through, at the end of the day, the evidence will show that I'm in the fucking clear, and all of this is bullshit. This is straight bullshit. And I cannot stand fucking living like this. And so I don't know what's happening, but all I know is I need money to hire an attorney so my attorney can worry about this and I can fucking be okay. Because this is some straight up lawfare being used against me to fucking ruin my life. And I hate this shit. And so anyways, that's what I was doing earlier today. And it put me in fucking shock, and I've been manic, and now time is moving like moments. Like, as far as I know, that happened a couple minutes ago, but according to the clock, that happened 8 hours ago, but not in my head. Not in my head. That was a couple minutes ago. And so now every time the cat farts, I think I'm being abducted, and it's fucking bullshit. So anyways, that's how my day is going. We're going to read through the chat, and like I said, next up we got TSA hanging out with ICE. They're buddies, and they're sharing our data to make sure they can get rid of the illegals, or at least that's what they're using it for right now. Yeah, I heard user. I know, it's hard times right now. It's not good. Gotta just get through it. I've been praying. God is so tired of hearing me. God has to be tired of hearing me. Like, I know he's just shaking his head at me like, I know, I'm working on it. He's like, please stop hitting me up. Guess I'm put a quarantine sticker on your door, make it serious and deadly airborne virus. I know, and just pump the cat farts through the cracks so they know. And they'll be doing a welfare check if I do that. They're like, nah, it smells rotten. There's something wrong. We gotta breach the apartment. Russell, throw up in the bathtub and poop at the same time. Then I gotta scoop the throw up out the bathroom. You gotta sit there with a double decker. You gotta have the fucking trash can on your lap to throw up in the trash can while you're already sitting on the throne there. I've had to do it enough to where I was prepared, but then now my voice is messed up too because I was throwing up after that happened. I've just been upset all day. I've been projectile vomiting and stuff until I get down to the stomach bile, and then I've been gritting my teeth at the same time. It's been a lot of fun. That's what I'm trying to explain. It's been a lot of fun today. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the help and all of the support. It says, damn, sorry, Jeff. I'm sorry too, because I don't deserve this fucking shit. But, you know, here we are. Either way, I appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Peyton? Happy freedom to you. Good time for a fast? No. I've lost 18 pounds in the last 2 weeks. I don't need to be fasting. I need to be bulking up. I'm going to end up with, like, organ failure and shit if my life doesn't just start getting easier here. Doesn't projectile from both ends. I know, but I didn't know that was going to happen in the beginning. Roy, no, God is not tired of hearing from us. I know, but I usually tell him jokes and stuff. I don't usually bitch to him all the time. I know everybody else bitches to God all the time, so I try to just, like, hey, God, this is what I heard today, and I tell him, like, dad jokes and stuff, because, I don't know, I think that's funny. And I feel like I said, everybody else complains to God, so I just tell him fun stuff. I've been doing a lot of bitching lately. I've been doing a lot of please pull me out of the fire lately. And I feel bad because I'm normally telling them jokes and stuff. I'm supposed to be the one to, you know, not be crying about shit. But, man, I've been crying today. I'll tell you that. Yeah, Cass, it had to be. So keep it salty. Happy freedom. Done. I've heard 2 loud explosions nearby in the last hour. Well, as long as they're not getting closer to you, Dutton. I don't. Stay safe out there. What's up, Anakin? Happy freedom to you. Kevin, if you show more skin, I know I'm gonna have to write your guys' usernames across my tits. I gotta make some doll hairs. Kiss. Diligence is a heavenly virtue. We don't give up. Nope, I don't know how to give up. What's up, XB? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, Damon Walker, I know. I don't trust him at all. We'd be better without him. What's up, Techno? Happy freedom. Absolutely, Techno. I appreciate you. Bo, if they wanted you, they'd be waiting till you got home. Well, I was here. But the thing is, when I went out there, they weren't. So the only thing I could think of is that they were trying to get a search warrant so they don't have to knock next time. They can just kick my door in and come get me. Either that, or it really wasn't them. But I don't know, and I don't have a way to know because I fucking don't. Because I don't have a way to know. I can call the prosecutor's office, but I'm tired of calling there, and I don't want them to think there should be a reason that they should be investigating me or whatever the fuck. So I'm trying to do what the attorney told me, which is just make money and stay in the fucking house. And I tried to call him, but he had to work trials all day, so he couldn't call me back. I assume he's going to call me in the morning and hopefully give me more advice, but that's all I could do is pray and make money. You guys want to buy a testicle? $10K. It's nice. I hook you up. Heard you's a fuck you Hill. Yeah, all day. It's not you Hill, by the way, but yeah. Guess you guys hear about Beck Frank shooting all those people in Australia? Man, I've been trying to like get that out of my head because I don't have the story on the schedule because we normally don't cover foreign problems. If Beck Frank was still here, we would have covered it, but she's not. So that's the way it is. And I was like, okay, we can't make jokes about it because she's not even here. So this is your fault, guess This one is your fault. I'm putting that on you. All right, hooligans, moving forward. Like I said, TSA sharing airline passenger data with ICE. Now, we don't really have to worry about ICE because they can't. Are they going to deport me back to Michigan? Fine. Fine. That's totally fine. But either way, it's the surveillance that I worry about. Of course, lefties and shit, they claim that this is a big deal because ICE might be able to, you know, find the illegals and stuff, and they don't like that. So it is what it is. But either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement has a new tool at its disposal as the Trump administration is cracking down on illegal immigration. The TSA is sending airline passenger data to ICE, which immigration agents can then use to make arrests at airports. At least one person was reportedly deported as a result of the program. And News Nation's Xavier Walton is live for us there in Dallas at Love Field Airport with all these details. Good morning, Xavier. When did TSA start sharing this information with ICE?
Anna, good morning. Yeah, so reporting shows basically that TSA has been sending lists of upcoming passengers several times a week to ICE since March. So for several months, only we're just now hearing about it. ICE then cross-checks those names against its own immigration databases and deploys agents to detain people it says are subject to deportation. Now, what's important here, public reporting does not show TSA screeners running a new immigration status check on everyone at checkpoints. Now, the controversy is that the airport security pipeline is being used as a choke point for immigration enforcement, and critics say, you know, the public was not told this was actually happening. So the New York Times is reporting this data sharing program may have led to a college student being arrested at Boston's Logan Airport before Thanksgiving and then deported to Honduras. Remember that story? DHS is now defending the program, saying it's routine information sharing inside one department, nothing new, and framing it as a reversal of what it calls a Biden-era policy on flying without ID. But Anna, some privacy advocates are obviously pushing back, saying that is simply not true. And this, of course, all coming to light after DHS announced plans last week that any possible visitors, and this is a proposal, that are coming into this country would have to turn over at least 5 years of social media posts and that sort of thing. So obviously the big ticket here is a screening more and more, but still some pushback on this story, Anna.
Yeah, being the ante there. Xavier Walton, thank you so much for that report.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app.
Okay. So like I said, lefties don't really like this and that and the other. And in their point of view, it's about sticking up for illegals. But the way that I'm looking at it is like, it's like the 911 day all over again. It was like the day they hit the towers and they moved in all this surveillance, and they were like, this is for the greater good. We need to listen to everything and watch everything and take your data. There is no more invasion of privacy. You don't have a right to privacy because it's the greater good. Get on the train, that kind of shit. And that's what they're doing here, and it's great and all. The deportation numbers are still way too low. Obama deported way more people than Trump has at this point, and well, we'll see how it goes, because lefties didn't care when Obama was doing it, but President Trump's doing it, and that makes him a mean orange man. Now, if this leads to more deportations, good, because they're saying that one illegal has already been deported from this system, and they're saying that they've been doing this since March, so one since March is not very good numbers. But if it's going to lead to increased deportations, then good. But are they just really eroding all of our right to privacy away? Is it just all going to be gone? Because that's what it seems like. There's no mention of any of this extra surveillance going away. It's just increasing over and over again. A lot of people are wondering the same thing about the real ID. They were like, oh, if you don't have the real ID, you can't fly. Well, yeah, you can still fly. You just got to pay $45 more. Like, that's not security. Paying 45 extra doll hairs to fly on a plane is not a security issue. That's a money issue. That's a greedy kind of issue. And so that's the thing, is like, and nothing ever is about justice, and nothing is ever about safety. It just never is, not when it comes from the government. So I worry about this new level of surveillance that's going on. And it's like, yeah, it's great. Get the illegals out of here. But then it's going to stay. They're going to continue to monitor us and stuff. And it's you don't feel real free if you got to ask the government for every damn little thing you do. What seat you sit in, and do you get a window seat and all this shit. Can you wear Nikes when you're on board? I don't know. It's ridiculous. Either way, next up, JetBlue plane narrowly avoids mid-air collision with a military aircraft. This is some other stuff that I just don't understand. Why does this happen so often? I don't know. I don't know if it's just reported more now or if it actually is happening more. Because it seems like once or twice a week, there's an aircraft avoiding a military aircraft. And I just don't understand. Like the regular aircraft, I assume those people are not as trained as somebody who operates a military aircraft, right? Because you got people who are just transporting passengers, and then you got people who are going to war with a machine that flies through the fucking sky. So I assume they have different levels of training. Somehow they still almost collide into each other twice a week, and I just don't understand that shit. So either way, it's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about TSA working with ICE, try and get these illegals up out of here. Tom, once the government has power like that, they will never stop doing it. Yep. And that's kind of what it is. It's like they allow these bad things to happen so they can make new ground on surveilling us and kind of limiting our rights and stuff like that. You know, like some bad shooting happens and then they pass laws preventing you from getting magazines that have more than 10 rounds, or whether or not you can have a bump stock, or whether or not you can do this, that, and the other. And all. It's like, why you got to limit everybody because a couple criminals out here who don't follow laws went and did some bad shit. Now you're going to pass more laws. How does that work? Criminals don't follow laws. So I don't know. I'm not saying that shit happens intentionally, but they sure as hell benefit when that stuff happens. Matt Rogers, a lot of commercial pilots are former military pilots. I didn't realize that. I mean, it makes sense now that you say that. What's up, Enter User? Happy Freedom. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy Freedom to you. Appeal to Heaven. Happy Freedom. No common sense when flying. Which way to go, George? Which way to look? Yeah, that's what it feels like. I mean, I'm sure it's not easy to operate an aircraft, but if it's so damn serious, why are we having these issues so often? You know, they say the infrastructure sucks too. They say the infrastructure is like from the 70s or the 80s. It's like having an Atari, you know, doing radar and communicating with these planes. And then they say the planes themselves have shoddy software. And if the software needs to be rebooted or it glitches, which all software is dog shit, all of tech is unreliable. But if that happens, the aircraft basically has to reboot, and while it's not communicating with the towers. And I don't know, it seems pretty important, and they should do something about that. They keep claiming that they're going to, but we'll see. Kevin, I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Kevin. Because I about had a stroke earlier. Shit's got me so stressed. I keep thinking about going to the hospital. That's how fucking stressed I am. I actually keep thinking about going to the hospital. I'm like, I might need to. I can't relax. I'm not able to relax. Somebody is out to get me, and I don't like it. I don't know. I can't afford a hospital. Can't afford an attorney. It is what it is. Turbo, I like the ground. I'll stay my ass down here. There's aliens up there. The kind that do anal probing. Turbo, I can't tell if you're trying to talk me into this or talk me out of it, you know? I'm just trying to figure this out. I don't have wings, so I don't prefer to be in the sky. I don't have gills, so you don't find me in the water. And I have no interest in going to space. I hardly venture out of my house. And look at all the problems I have. I'm never going out there again. Tom can't fall out of the sky if you don't go up there. That's true. You guys don't say this stuff in front of Sam. Okay, Sam loves flying. It's his favorite. Jumping out of perfectly functioning airplanes. So, you know, it's like racism. Don't say this stuff to Sam. Guess is it Tracon lines? 3 approaches over my house, so many close calls. It's not good. Here, Juicy, you're cracking me up. I peeled out, and it just makes me paranoid. It helps with my nauseousness, but it makes me paranoid. What's up, Energy Woman? Happy Freedom. Dud, maybe a stroke could help. It's gonna fall off if I keep touching it, okay? I can't do that. I gotta figure something else out. I need a plan B. Libby Racer, every single day, ICE gets better at what they do. That's right. They need to come out with a TV show called ICE. Because people love cops. Even people in jail watch Cops. That's how good Cops is, okay? They need to put out a show called ICE. It'd be number 1. It'd be totally number 1. They already want Border Patrol to wear body cams because people in Chicago can't behave themselves and they enjoy the smell of CS gas. I don't know. And so it's like, if they're going to be, you know, wearing body cams, let's put that footage to use. Come out with a show called ICE. Like, it'd be fantastic. Cass, that's why I don't smoke. Yeah, I can't handle the paranoia right now. I'm stressed. Like I said, Klaus farts, and I'm like, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. You're creating chaos in here. What's up, Rappy? Happy Freedom. Appreciate you joining us. Hair Juicer jumping is rad. I know. Well, if my life ever straightens out, I could reconsider jumping out of an airplane. I'd like to do it once, at least. But right now, all I can focus on is money and legal shit. What's up, Obnoxious Guy? Happy Freedom. Obnoxious Guy, it's not the aircraft. The ground-based government-controlled system is so antique that it still uses discs for backup. Yeah, see, and that's what I mean. The infrastructure needs to be redone. And what's his name? It's not Al Bundy. That's fucking Married with Children. What is his name? He's kind of a skinny, dorky looking dude. He's got gray hair. I can't think of what the fuck his name is. I keep wanting to say Al Bundy. It's not Al Bundy. I don't know why I'm saying that. Either way, he's in charge of this shit. He's part of the Trump admin. I cannot. Duffy. That's who it is. Duffy. Now, Al Bundy, it's Duffy. I don't know what the rest of his name is, but you know what I'm talking about. He's been saying that they're going to fix the infrastructure, but man, there's a lot of airports. So how long is it going to take to fix the infrastructure? I don't know. They should have been worried about this beforehand. It shouldn't be like, oh yeah, the plane's falling out of the sky, we're working on that. Like, no, that should have been taken care of. I don't know. Obnoxious Scott, my mom did a jump on her 80th birthday. That's so badass. I hope Sam shows up today because Sam's done that. He's been a part of like teams that go up and stuff, and they have people, same deal, in their 80s, 90s, they want to jump. Sam's a trained professional. Hopefully he shows up today. He'd tell you about it better than me. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy Freedom. Sean Duffy, thank you, Enter User. Yes, that's who I was struggling to talk about. What's up, Lisa? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Afro Man? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Starn? Happy Freedom. Chamomile tea? Yeah, if I can find it, I would totally do that. I was thinking about getting those, not CBD gummies, because I can't even find that stuff anymore. The whatever it is, is it melatonin? I think so. Serotonin's what makes you high if you take mushrooms. Melatonin makes you chill the hell out and go to sleep. I was thinking about getting melatonin gummies because I can't sleep longer than 2 hours at a time because I wake up having a panic attack. I don't know. I can't stand living like this. I know that. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. Damon Walker, a halo jump at 2:30 in the morning is an experience. You don't know where the ground is and where the sky is until you hit it. I bet. That's terrifying. That sounds terrifying. What's up, Salty Ragu? Happy freedom. Damon Walker, I wouldn't even be in that area. I'd be going to Manistee. Happy freedom, Salty Ragu. Thank you for joining us over on the website. Salty Ragu, Jeff would jump out of a plane and float away. Like, what the fuck? I got bad luck. Did you guys see that the guy jump out of the plane or whatever and his parachute got caught on the wing? And everybody else just jumped out of the plane and he was like stuck and had to cut his parachute off because he was caught on the wing. I was like, that's me. Like, you ever watch TV and be like, oh man, I'm like that guy. Anybody that like dies in a weird way or just accidentally fucks their life up, I'm like, that's me. Not proudly, like shamefully, like under the blanket, like that's fucking me. I don't know why I got bad luck. Snooks, I ate a third of a 5 milligram melatonin gummy and it helps. I just worry I can't defend myself. That's the only reason I don't normally do. Normally I don't have a problem sleeping, but I don't know. Life is really hard right now. Anyways, let's get into this next video. Like I said, JetBlue plane narrowly avoids mid-air collision with a military aircraft. Now, in this video, it's a whole bunch of people saying that they don't know anything about anything, and that is concerning because these people should know stuff. I mean, they're flying planes and, you know, things like that. Also, did you guys hear that they're going to renew the search for the Malaysian airline? Is it Malaysian 370 or whatever it is? They're going to start searching for it again. I haven't found a solid video on that, but we will one day soon. But that's a thing that's happening in the background, which I also think is very weird. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
This morning, frightening moments for a JetBlue passenger plane taking off from Curacao off the coast of Venezuela, heading to New York's JFK Airport.
If you can make a note of it, we almost had a mid-air collision up here.
Listen as the JetBlue pilot tells air traffic control that he narrowly avoided a mid-air collision with a U.S. military aircraft.
We just had traffic pass directly in front of us within 5 miles of us, maybe 2-3 miles, but it was an air-to-air refueler from the United States Air Force, and he was at our altitude. We had to stop our climb.
The pilot telling ATC the Air Force plane was heading into Venezuelan airspace when it got directly in the JetBlue plane's flight path.
Confirm the traffic was at your altitude. They passed directly in our flight path. We had to stop our climb. They are not painting. They don't have their transponder turned on. It's outrageous. We had to stop our climb and actually descend to avoid hitting them.
There's a lot we don't know right now, but if in fact we had a U.S. Air Force airplane flying through Curaçao's airspace without coordination internationally, that is a worry, and that could be a big international incident.
Overnight, U.S. Southern Command telling ABC News, we are aware of the recent reporting regarding U.S. military aircraft operations in the Caribbean and are currently reviewing the matter. Military air crews are highly trained professionals who operate in accordance with established procedures and applicable airspace requirements. Safety remains a top priority, and we are working through the appropriate channels to assess the facts surrounding the situation. Meanwhile, JetBlue tells ABC News the crew quickly reported the situation to leadership and that the company will participate in any investigation with federal authorities. But obviously, no commercial pilot should have to rely on just their site.
That is so scary.
Yeah, really scary. Thank you, Gio.
Okay. So hopefully they get this stuff figured out, because I have no trust in travel by flight at this point. I would be scared to death if I had to get on a plane, because people have been stupid, but things are getting worse. I don't like it. They're saying that JetBlue had to stop their climb because an Air Force aircraft was in their direct flight path. And then, like I said, they said a whole bunch of, well, I don't know what happened. And then people on the ground were like, yeah, we don't know what happened. And then people in the aircraft, in the Air Force aircraft, they didn't even realize anything was going on. They were just doing whatever the hell they wanted, I guess. And so nobody knew anything. And thank God this this airplane pilot had a brain and was like, let's not fly directly into the aircraft. Like, thank God, because in Washington, that's not how it went. They flew right into the military aircraft and everything went to shit. And so, I mean, at least the pilot was awake when this, happened. He was able to save the day, but they got to do something about this. There ain't that many damn planes in the sky. Like, we figured out how to use lines on the road. I don't know. We're going to have to figure something out. Either way. Next up, we got a midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today, it was provided by Russell, and it's titled Pooping Ruler. It's coming up next, but first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this aircraft situation. Did you clock in? Yeah. Well, you're a good boy. You know that? Oh, is it fancy feast time? What time is it? Oh, look at you. 7:30. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, you get it after the live. Don't you worry. Turbo and airliner can cover about 5 miles in about a minute. Yeah, I know they're fast. I don't know how fast they are, but it's not good if they're running into each other. I know that. Matt Rogers. Okay, I'll check it out in a second. Obnoxious Scott. JetBlue was climbing. How does same altitude work when you're climbing and are 3 to 5 miles apart? They must have been climbing in that direction, I assume, but I don't really know. And that's the whole reason they reported, is because they had to give a reason for why they leveled out, right? Because they were at an upward angle and they had to level out or, detour or whatever, showing on the radar they have gotten off their flight path. Well, that's great that you have to explain the situation. Hey, we had to maneuver out of the flight path. Here's why. Why didn't ground, people on the ground, how come they didn't say anything? How come they weren't like, why don't you hold off 5 minutes? We have a military aircraft in the airspace here. How about you just give it 10 minutes to take off and you'll be straight? They were like, oh, no, okay, thanks for letting us know. Like, that's not good. It's supposed to be a team. Communication is supposed to have a reason. I don't know. I don't feel like the pilots are supposed to be fending for themselves out there, but it sort of seems like that's the way it's going. Obnoxious Scott, the DC accident was caused by the helicopter pilot. She was not following protocol at the time. Yeah. Well, that's what they were saying about this, is that the military aircraft has all their shit turned off, so they're not showing up on radar. They're not whatever. They're basically blind. They're blind and deaf flying through the air. They're not communicating with anybody. And the commercial airline communicating with the ground, they were trying to get on the same page, but neither of them could communicate with the Air Force aircraft. And so it's the same thing. You got the military in the way and not communicating with anybody, and everybody else just has to avoid that shit. And just like, oh, military, get out of the way, because you can't force them to do shit. Whatever they're doing outranks everybody else, but they're in the damn way, and nobody knows why or when or how. And like I said, thank God that the pilot was eyes on, right, and was like, oh, okay, here's another aircraft. Let's avoid death. So, it could have been worse. Russell, dogfights for pilots. It's not supposed to be like that, though. It's unfortunate. What's up, Val? Happy Freedom. Quick kiss. What's for supper? Anything good? I want to know. I want to know too. I'll be eating McDonald's again probably. I don't know the last time I've eaten real food. I'm like not okay long enough to cook. I'll check it out, Metal Mouth. I appreciate you sending me that. Libby Racer, safety is JetBlue's priority. Well, at least somebody's worried about it. Afroman, thank you for joining us over here on Rumble. Elger Zoomer, DEI will make you DIE. I figured they filtered through all the DEI people, but maybe not. Oh, I appreciate you, Rappy. Thank you. Afroman, meatballs sound bomb right now. I agree. It's been a long time since I had meatballs. Guess I'm cooking up a joke right now. What's up, Pag? What's up, Meta? Happy Freedom. Meta, I'm going to get your letter in the mail tomorrow with these magnets and stickers. Today didn't go as planned, and so that's why it's not today. But Tomorrow I will get that in the mail. I promise. Stern, just wait for flying cars. I don't know. That doesn't sound like a move in the right direction, but we'll see. What's up, Josh? Happy freedom. What's up, Rodney? Happy freedom to you. Damon Walker. The question is, what happened to all the money for the roads they told us that the lottery was going to pay for? If they told us the gambling was going to pay for it and nothing's done. Yeah, Damon Walker, I've been wondering the same thing. I'm like, how come they haven't plowed the roads in a week? I'm like, we pay for that shit. Why isn't it happening? And then midterms is coming up. And we're going to have people like, we need to fix the damn roads. Vote for me. I'll fix the roads. That's what they always do. And they never fix the damn roads around here. Helicopter pilots. That's cool. I don't know anybody that flies planes, really. Russell, do you fly planes? Russell's part of the Department of War. So, I don't know. I don't know about all that. Maybe. Russell, they tell me that my meatballs taste great. I don't want to hear about your salty meatballs. Russell, Jesus loves us. Klaus Daniels got any comments on this? No, okay. All right, he's just ready for his fancy feast. He's had a hard day, too. Either way, let's get into this mid-live break. Our funny video halfway through. Come on, do thing.
I found.
Russell loves this girl because like the last 16 funny videos he posted is this woman. Here we are. Like I said, this was provided by Russell. It is titled Pooping Ruler.
I found a ruler on the sink in my son's bathroom. 15 minutes after I found the ruler, I knocked on his bedroom door because that is how long it had taken me to stop laughing. I actually knocked with the ruler. I was just like, tick, 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 tick. And he goes, yeah? And I go, hey man, I found the ruler in your bathroom. And he goes, what about, and then, no! That's what he yelled. This kid was so embarrassed, he started 2 sentences, bailed on both of them, and then fell off a cliff. So I go, hey, what was going on in the bathroom with the ruler? 30 seconds passes and he finally yells through the door, I was doing math while I was pooping. That's what he yelled at me, aggressively. Like it was my fault. I stumbled upon this ruler in my home. I said, was the answer 4, 5, or 6? It's pretty good, right? It was quick. I didn't put him in a corner. I gave him options. So after I said 4, 5, or 6, he goes, it's 3x plus y. That's what he said to me. What a dummy. I don't even know what that is. 3x plus y. So I went upstairs and I wrote it down on a piece of paper. And I wrote x equals 1 and y equals lotion. And I slid it under his door. I said, what is this? Well, don't tell your teacher, but I'm helping you with your homework.
Why is there a mark at the 3-inch line? Getting back into the news here. Next up, we got manhunt continues for Brown University shooter as questions swirl about campus security. Why can't I make this video go away? There we go. Anyways, this is something that happened over the weekend. They thought they had the guy, but apparently he's not the guy, so they let that guy go, but then they got another guy on camera, but you can't see his face because you can't ever see their face, and then, you know, they'll just figure somebody out, and they'll pin it on that guy. Just like the last one, and the last one, and the Charlie Kirk shooter, and the one before that. And it's like, it just happens over and over again. They'll tell us who they think it is when they're ready, I guess. I don't know. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat. Or no, before we get into that, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to participate in the Christmas unboxing, you're welcome to send me and Klaus something for Christmas. You can use the P.O. Box, or you can send something by using the wish list. If you do send something to the P.O. Box, please let me know by messaging me or sending me an email. If you send something using the wish list, it'll just come here automatically and you don't have to worry about it. The Christmas unboxing is on Christmas Day, and I have all kinds of fun stuff planned. I'm really looking forward to it. It's like a week from Thursday or something like that. Christmas is coming up. Either way, these links I'm dropping in the chat. One is for the wish list. The other is for the P.O. Box. If you would like to participate in the Christmas unboxing. Now, like I said, getting back into the news here. This is about the shooting that happened at Brown University. All right, hit that like button if you haven't already. And let's get into this.
A suspect is still at large after a mass shooting at Brown University. 2 students were killed and 9 others hurt when a gunman opened fire on Saturday. ABC's Reiner has the latest.
An urgent manhunt is back on in the mass shooting at Brown University. The gunman still on the loose, with authorities in Rhode Island saying a person of interest who was detained has now been released.
Sometimes you head in one direction and then you have to regroup and go in another.
Police say they're still looking for the person seen in this surveillance footage walking on campus moments after the shooting that left at least 2 students dead and 9 others injured on Saturday evening.
After a review of the evidence that was gathered, it was determined that the person of interest needed to be released.
Providence Mayor Brett Smiley speaking today on GMA.
And after this individual was released last night, I understand that anxiety level has risen in our community. We've continued to receive 0 credible threats to our community.
Authorities say the shooting happened Saturday just before 4 p.m. in the engineering building where final exams and study sessions were underway. Students barricading themselves inside classrooms, hiding under desks.
Providence Police! Hands! We're here to help you. Just listen to what we have to say, okay?
One of the 2 victims killed, identified by her church as Ella Cook. The College Republicans of America posting this photo on social media, saying Cook was the vice president of the group at Brown. Senior Ben Marcus says she was a sophomore and very good friend.
She was nothing but peaceful and pleasant. Really, her loss is really a big hit for the Brown community.
Now, authorities are asking the public to scour their own photos and videos from the scene, saying there are not many cameras inside this building here. Rena Roy, ABC News, Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay. So a few details there, but they still haven't found the guy, or at least not that I know of, unless they have in the last 2 hours. I don't know, though. They'll let us know when they're ready. They're saying that there's 2 dead, 9 injured. They had a person of interest detained, but he was released, and they're still trying to find the person in the video, in the photos, and the media that they got there. They'll let us know when they find him. I don't know. It's hard to tell. We've seen a lot of shootings and stuff, and it seems like they're always handled really weird. Especially when they got footage. Like, we got him on camera, it's only the back of his head, and like, why? How'd they know? How'd they know where the cameras were? It's weird. It's super weird. Either way, hopefully they find the shooter, and of course, then we'll have a follow-up. Next up, Ana Walshe found guilty of murdering wife Anna. This is a follow-up video. We covered this last week, I think it was. I don't know. It's been a hard couple weeks, but we covered this not too long ago, and this is the guy who was in court, and they can't find his wife, but they did find supplies in bags covered in her blood inside of a dumpster. He claims that he found her dead, that she died from, I don't remember what he called it, like instantaneous unknown death syndrome or some shit, like SIDS. Like he died from, his wife just fucking kicked the bucket right there. It was her time. That's what he was claiming. And that he had did something with the body, and because they found these tools and all this stuff covered in blood, like even pieces of carpet and shit like that, but they can't find the body. And so he's already pled guilty to tampering with, or like moving a corpse or something along those lines, doing something like that, and he claims he did it out of fear. So now he's on trial for murder to see if he murdered his wife. And so we were all saying in the chat that day, no body, no crime. They never found the body, but they just gave him murder. And so I don't know, but it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this situation at Brown University. Tom, all that could have been stopped if they'd let good people carry if they want to. Yeah, I agree. We don't need gun-free zones. We need concealed carry zones. That's what we need. Like if you go to a school or like a hospital, the government needs to convert those areas into concealed carry zones, because saying, hey, nobody's armed over here is not doing anybody any favors. Like, not at all. Russell, I need to send you a biohazard sign. I have one I made when I worked at the VA. That's badass, Russell. That would be awesome. What's up, Jeremy? Happy Freedom. Energy woman, I open carry when I carry. There's some people here that do that, but it's only old people. If you're young and you open carry, they will treat you like a terrorist. There's so many videos. If you just type in Michigan open carry takedown or Michigan open carry police or something like that, there's so many videos where people are just open carrying, following the law like they're supposed to, and some cop who has something to prove hops the curb and holds them at gunpoint and does the whole deal and scares the community. And then that person goes to jail and all this shit. And then after they're done, they find out, oh, he was legally doing that. Yeah, it was just a Wednesday and he was allowed to do that, but the officer fucked his life up for it for no reason. So I don't open carry. I don't want to give it. They would shoot me. Fuck that. No, thank you. What's up, Magic Moon? Happy freedom to you. Picture Dad, I prefer concealed. I wish it wasn't such a big deal either way. Because sometimes it sucks concealed carrying, having it digging all in your guts and stuff. But it's like you got to make it such a secret. That's the whole point of concealed carry, is this big old secret. Like, that sucks. Like, I wish people would just embrace their Second Amendment and stop being soft about it. Kevin, how come nobody spontaneously combusts anymore? I guess it's bullshit. I looked it up the other day because I was wondering the same thing, and apparently it's bullshit. That's never been a thing. It's all made up. I guess that's what they're telling us. Rappy, your internet's going out? I'm sorry to hear that. The weather is awful right now. Cass. They released a Ring footage of him showing his face, but it's completely covered with a mask. And yes, nothing adds up. Way more, let's see, be way more coverage. Interesting. I haven't seen the clip that you're talking about. Maybe we'll have a follow-up tomorrow. Yeah, Metal Mouth, I appreciate you guys. And happy frame to you, Butterfly. Kevin, he looks like Timu Ogon from Ghostbusters. I missed it. Bill Clay, there's no security cameras at Brown. They said that where the building that the attack happened had limited security cameras. Picture Dad, I don't like my weapon exposed to be taken. Yeah, no, I totally understand that. The most common fear that I hear from people who either don't have guns or recently got guns is that they're afraid to be shot with their own weapon. I don't worry about that stuff, but there's people who have a very real fear of that. And I mean, I understand it, but I just don't have it. You know, it's like being afraid of spiders or heights. Like, you either got it or you don't, and I just don't. But it's a very common fear. And it makes sense, like I said. But what I hate is if you're concealed carrying, at least here where I live, if you're concealed carrying and you go out in public and you're reaching for something or you're carrying shit and you don't expose your sidearm, right? Because that's illegal. That's brandishing. If you expose it unintentionally or intentionally, you're brandishing. But just having the print on your shirt and the public can see the print, printing is not illegal, but it will cause chaos. Like I'm saying, you reach for something, you're carrying stuff, and somebody can see you got that shit on you. They're gonna, oh, he's got a gun. He's got a gun. They will start that shit because people are fucking brainwashed by the news telling them that guns are scary and stuff. And it's like, it's nasty. It's a nasty thing to deal with, but it's a lot easier in the wintertime to conceal carry because of those problems. You ain't printing if you got 2 hoodies and a t-shirt and a long coat on. Nobody knows anything. Crick is concealed carry or open carry, dealer's choice. And that's right. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. Met him out. The attack might have happened in a blind spot. That's just my guess, however. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow we'll have a follow-up on the Brown University situation. What's up, Chad? Happy freedom. If the perp was right-wing extremist, they would have his face all over the news. The perp doesn't fit the narrative, so yeah, Chad, you're right. Oh, that's awesome, Matt Rogers. You have a good night and be safe out there. Thank you for stopping in with us. Obnoxious guy in Wyoming is about 75% open carry. Oh, so you guys are like used to seeing people with like a pistol on their hip. If you go into breakfast diners at like 8 o'clock in the morning here, you'll see old guys sitting there with like revolvers on their hips and stuff. And I don't know, it's cool. I like that. I like being around people open carrying and shit because chances are whoever's going to do bad things, they ain't going to do it there. They're just not. You got 4 old dudes with pistols on their hip, and then how many ever people sprinkled throughout the dining room who got shit on them and conceal, you know, and it's like you just feel safe. You just feel safe like that. You eat your breakfast in peace. Ramsey, Texas gun laws are pretty good. Oklahoma might be better, but we don't have to worry about all that nuanced BS when packing any way we please. Yeah, Ramsey, and that's how it should be. And I've heard the same thing. I've heard that Oklahoma has, like, their gun laws make sense out there. I've heard Texas is getting a little bit strict, and, well, they just gave us red flag laws here in Michigan, but, yeah. Chad, yeah, for some reason, mass shootings don't happen at gun shows or gun stores. That's right, Chad. You're on to something. Meta, the man who owns the house where I live is an attorney. Interesting. Well, hopefully they're a nice person. At least I prefer the element of surprise, so I conceal carry. Yeah. What's up, Guess Who? Happy Freedom. Guess Who? Oh, Canada? Is that what CA is? Canada needs to be a knife-free zone for... Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know if I can read that out loud. But yeah, I don't know. It's not the guns. It's the people holding the guns. And the thing on TikTok with the Brown shooting, the Brown University shooting, and the terrorist attack that happened in Australia where the guy's got the long rifle bolt action. He's just sitting there firing. Like, he's just sitting there picking his targets and firing, and nobody's stopping him because they can't. Because they don't have any guns. So everybody's just like, oh no, there's a guy with a gun. Like, because nobody can stop it from happening. There's so much footage of that, which is really crazy. But if you read in the comments underneath these videos, there's the most hateful women you've ever seen in your life. And they're saying that this is a man problem. Like, traditionally, liberals say this is a gun problem, but somehow they've convinced themselves that this is a man problem. And that we need to eliminate all men from the face of the planet so we can live in peace. I don't understand how that's going to work. I guess they want to enslave us or something. I'm not sure. But it's like 300 comments of usual suspects, right? And you think you know what they're talking about. When you see that and you're like, oh, this is softball racism going on. But you look underneath that and it's men, because they believe men are the problem. No. Preventing good guys from dealing with bad guys is the problem. Men are not the problem. Limitations of good men is the problem. Like I was saying earlier about like police and stuff, like you can't trust them. No shit, you can't trust them. They work for the government. If we didn't have them, then we would only have us. And you're like, okay, but what if you're old, right? You can't defend yourself anymore. You need to have the police to be able to call to save your life. No. It would create the necessary means of society, right? You want to have a family. Why? Because you're safer united. If you're old, you got kids. You got your wife or your husband. You have family around you. You live in a community who talks to each other and needs each other. So if a bad guy rolls in town and shoots somebody or does something bad, well, you got a whole bunch of good guys to go deal with that shit. But the laws and the people who enforce the law seem to only limit the good guys. And that's unfortunate. It shouldn't be that way. It should be the limitation of the good guys is why we have so many bad guys right now. It's a part of justice itself. Just like holding people accountable. There's no accountability anymore. From the person washing dishes at McDonald's all the way up to Capitol Hill, there's no accountability anymore. And so it's done by design is what I'm trying to say. What's up, Prez? Happy Freedom. Dean Walker, yeah, I hear you. What's up, Stoner? It's a different Stoner. Agent O, have you tried the salt on the spider? No, I gotta watch a video for how to fill up the bug salt rifle. I gotta say it safely before people think I'm saying something else. What's up, Art? Happy freedom to you. Who's gonna hool? Guess I can't blame men. My wiener never killed anybody, although many women were left in pain. That's rough stuff, guess that's rough stuff. What's up, Brujo? Happy freedom to you. Make accountability great again. Absolutely. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, Brian Walsh found guilty of murdering his wife, even though they never found the body. I guess he didn't give his attorney enough money, because that's how justice works, is whoever's got the most money wins. Which is fucking stupid, but, you know, here we are. Anyways, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the GoofTube, and let's get into this.
Brian Walsh convicted of murder in the first degree in the death of his wife, Ana. Good afternoon. I'm Paula Eben. The jury delivered its verdict late this morning. WBZ's Penny Commit is at the courthouse in Dedham.
After just about 6 hours of deliberations, the jurors have found that Brian Walsh is guilty of the first-degree murder of his wife, Ana, meaning they do not only believe that Brian Walsh killed Ana Walsh, but that he planned to.
What say the jury? Is the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Guilty of what, sir?
Murder in the first degree.
Murder in the first degree, so say you, Mr. Foreperson.
I do.
Guilty of murder in the first degree, so say all deliberating jurors.
Jurors hearing from 48 witnesses in this case over the course of 8 days. All of those witnesses called by the prosecution, the defense not calling a single person to testify. Remember, Walsh first reported his wife missing on January 4, 2023, telling officers that Ana flew to Washington, D.C. on New Year's Day for a work emergency, but investigators never found any record that Ana ever purchased a flight, and they discovered disturbing Google searches that were synced to the Walsh's son's iPad. Then Walsh was seen on surveillance footage tossing bags in dumpsters across different towns and shopping at Lowe's for buckets, a Tyvek suit, a hacksaw, and a hammer. Many of those items later pulled from the trash, testing positive for blood and Ana's DNA. And before the testimony even began in this trial, Walsh pleaded guilty to misleading a police investigation and improper disposal of Ana's body. The defense throughout this trial arguing that while he may have done those things, he did not kill Ana Walsh, but they were not successful in that defense. The jury finding Brian Walsh responsible for the first-degree murder of his wife, Ana. In Dedham, I'm Penny Commit, WBZ News.
I told you guys this was going to happen. That they're going to get him on murder without having the body. It's got to be the supplies that they found in the dumpster that really got him. Let me fix this volume because the volume on that video was awful. Bam, there we go. Anyways, no body, no crime. Well, that's not the case. Not in today's justice system. I'm surprised they don't just throw anybody they want in prison for murder. How do you know the cops didn't kill her? How do you know? You don't know. Because they never found the body. It's like, that's why that's a problem. Now, I'm not saying that he's innocent. I'm not saying that he didn't kill her. Like, I'm not saying it's okay to kill people. But there's a reason that our laws are wrote the way they are and that there's necessary evidence in a lot of these kinds of cases. It's so you don't ruin people's life who don't deserve it. That's the whole point of due process, is to make sure all the boxes are checked and you've done your due diligence to make sure this person you're going to lock in a cement room and leave there until they die or get raped or both, that they deserve it. And this guy, he might. I don't know. I'm not a judge. I wasn't there. But I know it's really weird to give somebody murder when you haven't found the body yet. I don't know. That shit is weird. Like I said, how do you know the police didn't kill him? Kill the person, kill the woman. How do you know she didn't smoke herself? You don't. You don't know if she smoked herself or not. That could be a thing. She could have did it accidentally. Have you seen the ice outside? I slip and fall on the stairs. Who's going to prison for murder? Like, they just find blood on the floor? You're getting murder charges. We ain't found the body, but you're getting it. That shit is weird to me. And again, I'm not defending him. I'm not defending whoever her murderer is. But I'm just saying that's weird. That's a weird thing. So anyways, they're saying that Brian Walsh was found guilty of first-degree murder for the death of his wife, Ana Walsh. They never found her body. She disappeared January 1st, 2023. The jury deliberated for approximately 6 hours before reaching the verdict. The the verdict or the guilty sentence carries an automatic sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole. And so he wore all those fancy clothes just to get life in prison. It didn't do him any favors. Now, I feel like he must not have paid his attorney enough money, because there's people who beat murder cases where they do find the body. And so I don't know. I don't know what happened. Apparently he did it. At least that's what happened now. They sentenced him to it, so it is what it is. It's just a very weird story to get murder without a body. Anyways, next up, Hollywood director Rob Reiner found murdered. More murder. Now, they don't say this in this video, but I saw a lot of people online saying that Rob Reiner and his wife, which I don't know what her name is right off the top of my head, that they had their throats slit. That they're going to say in this video that they were stabbed to death. But there's a lot of other people that are saying that they had their throats slit. And I've seen people quoting CNN. Now, I don't know. I didn't see it from CNN, so I don't know if CNN said that or not. But that's what the word on the web is that they got their throats slit. And like I said in the beginning, that's very different to me. Hearing somebody got stabbed, shit, we were seeing people getting stabbed on Friday, now that I think about it. But anyways, that's not the same thing as slitting somebody's throat. And I don't know. I'd like to know the actual deal, and I assume we're going to have a follow-up. But either way, right now, they also don't mention in this video, but they got Nick Reiner, the son of Rob Reiner, and they think that he did it. So he's in prison, or he's not in prison yet. He's being detained on $4 million bond for murder. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat. See what you hooligans think about this guy getting murdered without the body. Guess maybe they got the slits confused. They might, right in the old axe wound there. Butterfly Klaus osmosis with the cat bed complete. Yeah, this actually is Klaus bowl, but yeah, he fills it out. He's a whole bowl of Klaus here. Magic Moon, he was 78. Rob Reiner was. I didn't even know who he was until this all happened. Metalmouth, internet rumors are saying that Rob Reiner's son killed Nick. Or wait a minute, no, son Nick killed both of them. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. Metalmouth Klaus, the feline love puddle. I don't know, he's a good boy. Guess, how do we know she didn't run off to Mexico with another dude? I mean, that's true. They did find a lot of blood and, like they were saying, supplies that he purchased. They know he purchased them. And they found those same supplies covered in blood. They matched it to her DNA. So, I don't know. I don't know how they can get murder without a body. They could say he was involved in something. Conspiracy to murder. Maybe that's what he should have got, was conspiracy. I don't know. I don't know how you get murdered with no body. You can't prove that they're dead unless there's a dead bodies. I don't know. I hate it because I'm not rooting for the bad guy. I know it sounds like that, but I'm not. I'm not rooting for the bad guy, but I want the justice to be fair. Like, you ever seen The Green Mile? He didn't kill those kids. You know what I mean? But they treated him like he did because they just assumed he did. And, there was a lot of personal factors in that. So it's like, I don't know. Ramsey, if he didn't take the cops to her body that he disposed of, then he's guilty. Well, if he would have, then... See, and that's what I think it is. I think that he probably killed her. And there was no way for him to make it look like something else happened. It just automatically was pointing fingers at him, saying he's the guy that did it, right? The spouse always did it. They say that all the time in TV and shit. And so he probably disposed of the body because there was no way to get away from the murder charge. And he probably called the attorney. He probably like, hey, my wife's dead on the floor. What do I do? And they were like, well, no body, no crime. And he was like, okay. And then whatever happened. But I don't know. I feel like they could have stacked lesser charges on him and got him that way instead of giving him murder without a body, because it just it's, I don't know, it's like getting a speeding ticket but you don't own a car. It's like, how you prove that? You know, how you prove I was speeding? I don't own a car. I'm not on camera. You have no proof I own a vehicle. You have no proof I've driven a vehicle. But you're giving me a speeding ticket? Now, obviously, this is a lot worse than a speeding ticket. But that's the point, though, is that they should, not that they should, I don't know why I keep saying that. They have to prove without reasonable doubt that you committed that crime. And it's hard to do that without a body. So, I don't know. Again, I'm not defending him. It's just, it's a little sloppy. Appeal to Evan. Even, let's see, every dumpster has a body part. Common sense. They have just said no body because there are missing pieces. I don't think they found body parts. They just found tools. They found, I don't know, supplies that he had purchased. Obnoxious Scott. I don't know what meathead is. I saw you guys all talking about it, but I don't know what that is. Crit kiss. A friend wanted pudding. Oh, what are you talking about? You baked? What are you baking? Oh, you're making sugar cookies. Well, that sounds fantastic. Especially with some coffee right now. That sounds so good. Chad Forrest, nah, they just have to make the jury have feelings. Yeah, that's true. He was on trial. Magic Moon Meathead was what Archie Bunker called his son-in-law, who was Rob Reiner. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know anything about Rob Reiner and all these people. Appeal to Evan. Archie Bunker was a racist. A what? A racist sex... I don't know what I'm seeing here. Sex-crazed football legend? Or is it versus? I don't know, Appeal to Evan. I don't know any of these people. Butterfly. DNA can prove even without a body. They may have found stuff on the tools. They found DNA on the tools, and so they were able to prove that he had done something to the dead body. They don't know that the body was dead. They can just prove that he did something to her. But there's no proof of death without a dead body. And that's kind of the thing. Because blood will coagulate on its own. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's dead. That it's from a dead person. That's how hepatitis, that's why you got to worry about tattoo shops. Because they use a needle on somebody else. They let the blood coagulate on the needle. And instead of throwing it away, they use the same needle on you. They're basically putting dead man's blood in your body, which causes hepatitis. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Crit Kiss, All in the Family episodes? What is that? What is All in the Family? Hold on. Classic 70s Aircom, pretty funny. I'll have to check it out, Crit Kiss. All in the Family. I'm going to end up with naughty stuff on my damn computer. I can already tell. I'm going to be like, what are you doing, step bro? Oh, I see. I have seen clips of this before. I'll look it up after live. Thank you guys for suggesting it. 10 Man, happy freedom to you. Damn. A meathead. I see. That's Archie Bunker, 10 Man. I've heard of that name before, but I never knew who it was. Libby Racer, liberal children denied their drug allowance. Yep, you're right. Magic Moon. I just know how the internet is. You know, certain words in a certain listing, I know will take you places. Lisa, how much blood was found? Was it close to 8 pints? I don't know. When we covered the original video that was telling us about it, they didn't give us those kind of details. Thank you so much, CJ, for continuing the membership program over on Twitch for 37 months. You're officially a hooligan. Thank you so much, CJ. I appreciate it. What's up, Selling Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Bullseye? Happy freedom. Candace Owens' husband, better watch out. Why are you saying that? Nobody, no crime. Derek, you don't need a body to gather enough forensic evidence for a conviction. You do for murder. Generally, you do for murder because you can't prove there's death without a dead body. They can try and say it's like conspiracy to manslaughter or something like that, because manslaughter doesn't, I mean, I guess that could be anything around death. It's hard to prove without a dead body. That's why they got him for something with a corpse, moving a corpse, hiding a corpse, destroying a corpse, something along those lines. And it's based off the assumption that the person is dead, which I assume the amount of blood is what did that. But again, it's like giving someone a speeding ticket, but there's no proof they ever drove a car. They don't own a car. They've never been near a car. They're not on camera driving a car, but they're getting tickets in the mail for speeding. Like, how do you get to the bottom of that? You know, how do you prove? How does this guy prove the police didn't kill his wife? He can't. They can't find the body. Nobody knows. So I don't know. It's just a weird thing. Anyways, moving forward here. Like I said, next up, Hollywood director Rob Reiner found murdered. Now, we're definitely going to get a follow-up on this. I also wonder, how did they dictate Bond? Like, how is Bond figured out? This guy may have murdered his parents. His bond is $4 million. I don't think everybody who gets murdered has got a $4 million bond. So I wonder how that's dictated. But either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
Legendary Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle have been found dead in their Los Angeles home. It's being treated as a homicide, with reports the killer could be a close family member.
A tragic ending for a hero of Hollywood, acclaimed director Rob Reiner and his wife, found stabbed to death inside their Los Angeles home.
The Los Angeles Police Department is now conducting an investigation at this residence here on Chadbourne, and that investigation will continue over the coming days.
Reiner rocketed to fame on the hit television show All in the Family. His breakout role, Mike Meathead Stivich, the son-in-law of Archie Bunker.
What?
A role that earned him 2 Emmy Awards in the 1970s. Though it was behind the camera he found his calling, making his directorial debut in the 80s with mockumentary This Is Spinal Tap.
Rock and roll!
The sequel only just released in September. Also the creator of The Princess Bride, Stand By Me, and A Few Good Men, as well as comedy classic When Harry Met Sally.
I'll have what she's having.
It was while directing that in 1989 Robert met Michelle Singer. They married that year and went on to raise 3 children, Jake, Romy and Nick. The Hollywood couple now the centre of a homicide investigation. In the United States, Jeff Parry, 7 News.
Okay. So like I said, I think we're going to have a follow-up because they're going to have to determine on why they think the son did it. Now, apparently another family member or something like that pointed fingers at Nick Reiner and was like, you should go check him first. And there's not a lot of details about how that all went, but they went and arrested him. And now they have him. He's in jail for murder right now, and his bond is $4 million. Just because somebody pointed a finger at him. So I wonder if they know that he was there, or if they got proof that he was there, or maybe proof that suggests that it was him that was there, and then having a family member also point fingers was enough to detain him. Because generally somebody can't just call the police and point a finger and go, oh, you did it, and then you just, I don't know, I guess this is the situation, right? They found dead bodies, somebody did, they point at him, he's in jail. I guess, but either way, Rob Reiner and his wife were murdered, and like I said in the video, they say that they were stabbed to death, but the word on the web is that their throats were slit. Other videos are saying that the police took Nick Reiner into custody for murder, and his bond is set at $4 million, and as far as I know, he's still there. He hasn't bonded out yet, if he can. Next up, we got the last little bit of the news. I wish it was Lefties losing it, but Rita didn't show up to work today. So it's FBI arrests 4 individuals in alleged New Year's Eve terror plot targeting Los Angeles. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this situation with Rob Reiner. What's up, Jagula? Happy freedom. Crit kiss, drug addiction. Drugs are bad. Otters, happy freedom to you. Reiner did an interview with Nick too. You mean Nick Fuentes? He acted like Nick's life was meaningless without him. Oh, you're talking about Nick the son there. His life was meaningless without his dad. Was his dad kind of pompous? Like I said, I don't know anything about these people, not till he died. What's up, 1776? Happy freedom. Ramsey, there's tons of details. Heavy drug use. Just had a major public fight with his parents. And he lived there? Oh, yeah. I mean, that raises some flags, doesn't it? 1776. I heard it was ties to the recent release. Let me see. Release of the recent Epstein stuff. Anyone hear that? I was wondering that. I've been wondering if all these wealthy people are going missing and dying and stuff because of possible implication in the Epstein stuff. But at the same time, they said that all Epstein stuff that will be released has no incriminating evidence of a third party. So Maxwell's going to stay where she is. Epstein is supposedly dead. And they have no dirt on anybody else. They've already said that. They've been saying that over a year at this point. So they're never going to show us anything that's going to lead to an arrest. So it makes it harder for me to believe that people are smoking themselves and going missing and doing this, that, and the other when they've already told us up front that they are not going to arrest anybody based off this Epstein stuff that's about to be released. It's going to make people look bad. Just look at the 9 photos they released or whatever. They said there's like 92,000 of them. They released 9 or 19 or something like that. And everybody was like, oh, Trump did it. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You know, started losing their marbles and stuff. But other than internet being the internet, nobody's going to go to jail for any of that stuff. So it makes it harder for me to believe that, you know, this is tied to that. It could be, but, you know, I don't know. I'm open-minded to the possibilities. Thank you so much, Cricket Kiss, for that $10 donation over on Rumble. I really appreciate you, Cricket Kiss. Thank you so much for all your help, and thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. It says, hugs and loves out to Jeff. Thank you, Cricket Kiss. I really appreciate you. Chad, Maxwell convicted of sex trafficking to nobody? Yeah, well, I know it doesn't make sense. I'm not saying it all, you know, I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm saying that they're not going to give us anything that we want. They word everything a certain way. They do it intentionally because people want the Epstein stuff. And so they're like, okay, we're going to release the documents. There is no list, right? They use these words intentionally. And they're like, we're going to give them what they want. We're going to give them the Epstein documents. It's not the Epstein list because they're saying the list is a hoax. So what's in the documents? Well, nothing incriminating of any third party. Then you're not giving us what we want. And they're going, yeah, we're giving you the Epstein stuff. We don't want the Epstein stuff. We want people to go to jail. We want people who are bad and doing bad things and human trafficking and pedophile stuff. We want those people to go to prison forever. Forever. We want accountability. That's all we want. Capitol Hill, they forgot what accountability is. They're like, I don't know what that nomenclature is, but just go ahead and give them some useless documents and make sure you redact 60% of it. Okay. And that's what we're getting. It sucks, but, you know, here we are. Vote harder. I don't know. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy freedom to you. Pag. There were liberal cucks, and they always spoke badly about President Trump. Yeah, I think I saw someone else in the chat saying the same thing. That he had TDS. It's no good. TDS is no way to live. Meta, I'm not happy with Trump's comments. They may be true, but when 2 people are murdered, it's not the time for ugly comments. Very unpresidential, in my opinion. That's what that no one asked for. What did he say? I didn't notice him saying anything. Anytime he's live, I'm working, so I guess I'm not really listening very well. But what did he say about it? Oh man, and I pissed some people off on YouTube the other day. You remember we covered President Trump, and he was talking about, was it the movie war? No, it wasn't the media shit. It was after that. I don't know, but he was all formal in his little bow tie and stuff. He had Melania with him. He had this potentially inebriated couple who had just proposed to each other or whatever come up and say hello and all that stuff. I don't remember what they were announcing, but they were announcing something. It was a very short live. It was like 20-something minutes. And he called up that couple, and they came up, and they were like, oh, haha. They looked a little intoxicated. But he was talking about them just proposing at the event they were at. It was very nice. Everybody's so great, blah, blah, blah. He was making jokes about Democrats and Republicans being in the room, and how when politicians are in the room, they'll just talk right through a presidential speech and not give a shit and all this stuff. Anyways, during that live, that happened. That was great. They walk away, right? The whole party's downstairs. President Trump, Melania start going upstairs, right? Mom and dad is leaving the party. I make a joke. I'm like, she's going to get the presidential wiener, right? So I was just joking because I like things to be funny because the news is fucking boring. And so I was just joking. Okay, the kids were downstairs playing, mommy and daddy. They got a couple minutes to go and do some things, right? So they're sneaking away upstairs, okay? We're all adults here, like shit. Man, people on YouTube losing their fucking minds. They're just, I can't believe you would say that. That's so tacky. That just shows your character. Listen, Susan, I'm sorry that nobody's giving you presidential wiener, okay? Like, calm the fuck down. You don't want your president out here, like, doing the thing? Why not? Why the fuck not? You want his life to suck any more than it already does? It's probably really hard to be president and have everybody shit on you, whether you do good or bad. Least you could do is get a little Melania on the weekends. People getting all fucking mad at me. Go live your life. Like, Jesus loves us. Anyways, just airing my grievances today. Next up, we got FBI for arrest in alleged New Year's Eve terror plot targeting Los Angeles. I know everybody's like, that's not a big loss, but we can redeem Los Angeles. It just needs new leadership desperately, just like Portland, Seattle, and Chicago, and, New York City, all these other places that suck ass. Either way, it almost looks like the long neck of justice, but it's not. Anyways, once again, FBI arrests 4 individuals in alleged New Year's Eve terror plot targeting Los Angeles. Make sure you hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the crying ass YouTube. And let's get into this.
And welcome back to Live Now from Fox. We are following some breaking news as the FBI is saying that they foiled a planned New Year's Eve terror plot. Here's what we're getting from Fox News. This is posted to X, saying breaking, FBI announces it foiled a planned New Year's Eve terror plot that would have targeted Los Angeles. 4 arrested. So let's dive a little bit deeper into what we know. Again, this is a developing story. Federal authorities say they disrupted a credible terrorist threat over the weekend, arresting 4 alleged members of a radical pro-Palestinian extremist group accused of planning coordinated New Year's Eve bombings in Los Angeles. The FBI told Fox News Digital that the members self-identified as part of a radical offshoot of the Turtle Island Liberation Front, also known as TILF, an extremist group motivated by pro-Palestinian, anti-law enforcement, and anti-government ideology. Now, according to the FBI, they were allegedly planning coordinated bombing attacks on New Year's Eve using improvised explosive devices, targeting 5 separate locations across Los Angeles. The agency said the 4 were arrested in Lucerne Valley, where they were believed to be preparing to test explosive devices ahead of the planned attacks. They have each been charged with conspiracy and possession of a destructive device. The FBI saying today that a 5th individual believed to be connected to the same extremist group was arrested in New Orleans for allegedly planning a separate attack. A Turtle Island Liberation from Instagram account said its founding chapter is in Los Angeles, and its goal is to free Turtle Island, an indigenous name used to refer to North America from the illegal American Empire. Here's a quote from that post. It says, "Free Palestine, free Hawaii, free Puerto Rico." It goes on to say, "Freeing the world from American imperialism is the only way to a safe and peaceful future." So once again, we are just getting this in here from Fox News as we are alerting. According to the FBI, 4 people have been arrested in this planned New Year's Eve terror plot that was targeting Los Angeles. And we're giving you a live look right now out of Los Angeles as we do continue to follow the latest here. Once again, developing story. This just coming into our newsroom. We will continue to bring you the latest as we do learn it here on Live Now from Fox.
Okay. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's Antifa. That's who these people are. They are Antifa. Now, there's another video floating around showing this dipshit, one of these people that were arrested. Let me see if I can find it, because I think Snook sent it to me. I wasn't going to show it, but I'm in a mood, so let me see if I can find it really quick. It shows one of these individuals from Turtle Island, somebody, something or other. I don't know. You know how liberals are. They make these goofy ass names and shit. Maybe Snooks didn't send it to me. Let me see. Maybe not. It's too bad, because I was going to show you this. Like, these people sound so stupid. It's some skinny liberal chick, and she's talking about how the Americas used to be called Turtle Island because of some other shit, you know, colonizing these nuts and whatever they're always screaming and squealing about. I don't know. I don't have the video anymore. But anyways, this dirty liberal woman, she's a woman, I could tell. And so anyway, she like weighed maybe 90 pounds. She had she looked like ISIS. She had her whole head wrapped up, looks like fucking ISIS. And she said that she was a part of the Turtle Island Liberation Front, also known as TILF. They are radical pro-Palestinian extremists, right? And so we've seen a lot of that. We've seen 2 school years where that shit, we were covering the schools trying to deal with the protesters. President Trump was talking about the protesters being out of line. That's why he was defunding places like Harvard and Columbia University, right? We covered a lot of that kind of stuff. It's the same thing. These people out here screaming free, free Palestine. It's the new Antifa shit, right? They got the new slogans. It's not BLM anymore. Now it's all about free Palestine. President Trump freed Palestine. Now they're kind of rebranding. In the middle of rebranding, they came out with this TILF, this Turtle Island stuff or whatever. And like I said, she says some crazy shit. She's like, yeah, if you take the Americas and you rotate it like 90 degrees, then it looks like a turtle in the middle of an enema, and that's Turtle Island, and that's what somebody called it before white people came here, and those, the damn white people, and then whatever, and now we're gonna act like extremists because of it. Okay, so that's who these people are. And they think that that's a really good deal. So the FBI stopped this terror plot that was targeting Los Angeles. They've arrested 4 of these people. But like I said, they openly admitted to being extremists. So that means anybody else using this label is going to be treated like an extremist, going to be treated like a terrorist. Which, if it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, go ahead and assume it's a fucking duck. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. But they did this shit to themselves. They were all proud and all of that. So like I said, they identify as Turtle Island Liberation Front, or TILF. That doesn't even sound intimidating. But anyways, they were planning on using IEDs in 5 different locations, and they were arrested before they were able to test the IEDs that they were building. They are being charged with conspiracy and possession of a destructive device. So they're never getting out. Their life is basically over because they're a bunch of idiots. Either way, that is the last little bit of the news. We are going to be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. We got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one is provided by Stoner and is titled Yeah Yeah Yeah. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Colty and is titled Collect Them All. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat. And before we do, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, about our friend Larry. Larry's in need of a kidney transplant, and he's been in and out of the hospital recently. The last time I heard from Larry, he was saying he was going to the hospital, and I don't know that I've heard from him since, which is raising some concern. So hopefully Larry's okay, but he is in need of our help, and I put together a page for him on the website. It's got his story, details, links, and he even made a GoFundMe recently, so we added it to the page. If there's any way you can help our friend Larry, please go check out his page over on the website. Now, like I said, we're going to read through the chat really quick, and we got all the fun stuff coming up next. Hey. You alright? Only one of us can be sick at a time. Okay. I'm just making sure. You making dinner tonight? Okay. I don't think he's going to make dinner, damn it. Anyways, reading through. Jagula Gilf? Where? Magic Moon. I live near Turtle Mountain. What is Turtle Mountain? I've never heard of that before. Chad, the FBI stopped the terrorism after they enabled the terrorism? Isn't that how crack worked in the 80s? Isn't that how it went? Hey guys, try this. Oh, you're addicted? You're going to jail. I'm like, oh, okay. Why is everyone talking about MILFs in the chat? Did I do something? Metamount, did you do the squeeze test on her? On who? I missed something. Did I do it? I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, TILF. Oh, I didn't realize it when I was saying it because I was talking about dirty liberals, and there's nothing sexy about dirty liberals. I see what you guys are doing there. Butterfly, there's a website called merrychristmas.gov, supposed to be 12 days of gifts. Gifts. Damn, I can't even say it. I'm so used to saying gifts, like the little mobile memes. Jesus loves us. Why is this shit called this way? Anyways, reading through. Supposed to be 12 days of presents for the American people. It could just be positive words, but it could be stuff benefits poors. Maybe. I will have to look into that. Let me see. I'm going to write this down really quick. Thank you for letting me know, Butterfly. Yeah, because I haven't heard anything about this yet. Jagula zombie kid likes turtles. Yeah, basically. (1776) Turtle Island is a weird name. It is a little weird. Jagula, the Turtle Front. They are. I don't know if they reference it to Native Americans. It's kind of what they were saying. They were like, well, before we were colonized and I don't know if it was direct reference to Native Americans, but they really believe in whatever their cause is. They were like, we're going to liberate America by blowing it up. I'm like, what? Damn, just say you're a Democrat, okay? Stop making these goofy names. You're an offshoot of just destruction. Like, okay. Otters, I'm trying to find your comments because they're so damn funny. Talking about the presidential wiener. I'm trying to find it. It's so damn funny. I think I skipped past it, damn it. The WOTUS, yes. Flotus got the POTUS's WOTUS. So I saw that comment when we were playing that last video there. I was sitting there reading that. I was like, okay, the FLOTUS. Okay. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, it's First Lady of the U.S. Okay. I'm like, what is POTUS? The President of the U.S. I'm like, then what is WOTUS? The wiener of the U.S. I was like, damn. I voted for the presidential wiener. I didn't even realize that. Great. That's fantastic. I don't know. I don't know why people got so mad about it. And I'm proud of a president who can still slang some wiener. Last one was The Walking Dead. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Otters, a presidential advent calendar. I guess that is what it is. I'm going to have to look it up. I wonder why I haven't heard anything about it. Ramsey, turns out that the Good Samaritan in the Australian shooting was shot by the cops, not the terrorist. New York Post reporting. Damn, Ramsey, thank you for letting me know. Look at that shit. You know, try to be the good guy and what happens? It always ends up bad. Meta, he said that the Reiners were dead because of their TDS. I'm paraphrasing, no empathy for the loss of life. He cares about all the death in the wars, but supporters are not Rob and Michelle are Americans. God rest their souls. Yeah. I didn't realize he said that about them. Pag, they didn't act American. Yeah, I don't know much about them. Meta, just don't like talking ill about the dead. Yeah, I understand. Southern Eagleman, happy freedom to you. Rob was a hardcore Hollywood liberal. I'm going to be looking it up after the live because I don't know anything about him. I got a bookmark for All in the Family, I think you guys said, and then I'm going to see about hot takes and stuff from him, you know, expressing his TDS and all that, just to have a better understanding of who this person is. Because, like I said, we're going to have a follow-up because his son is in custody right now. What's up, Sonny? Happy freedom to you. Sonny, he didn't say anything that wasn't true. I don't know enough about it yet. What's up, Motorsport? Happy freedom to you. Motorsport. Tough shit. He hates Trump. He would have said worse things if it was Trump. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I saw someone else in the comments talking about how you're not going to see conservatives making t-shirts showing Rob Reiner with his throat slit and shit like that because conservatives don't act like that. Whereas when the Charlie Kirk stuff happened, the liberals couldn't get enough of it, right? They mimic it, his assassination and all that kind of stuff because liberals are messed up. What's up, Find It, Fix It? Happy freedom. Find It, Fix It. Do you think the war is on now? No. I just don't think so. What's up, Madman? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Zesty? Happy freedom to you. Andrew, damn, she was hot. Who was it? I missed it. All right, hooligans, let's get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne, and we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee. You can send something to the P.O. Box, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we get today from the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. Now, of course, I can't remember what door we're on today. We'll see if I can figure it out. Was it 19 the last time? Was that the last one? Nope, there's something in 19. What about 18? I think we did this last time. I think 18 might have been... No, it looks like there's something in there too. Well, what was... Where's the orange thing? Oh, I might have thrown it away. Damn. Let me see. Where's 17? You guys remember? You remember what we opened? Oh, it was on Saturday. That's why I can't remember. I was like, damn, when did we do this last? Here's 17. Are we on 17? There's something there. What about 16? We're working our way backward. 16 with the vault door. I think this is the one we opened on Saturday. It is. So now we are on 17. This is 17. And let's see what we get today. There's stuff in there. Oh yeah, we got this sticker tattoo thing on Saturday. What is this? Oh, no way. I love this. Hold on a second. I wonder what it says inside. Or is it another little diary? So in Fallout, when you play the game, you get one of these. This is your special book. And it's for your special skills, which I can't remember what they are, but it's like strength, perception, some other shit. What is this? Oh, wow. It actually has all the things. S is for strength. What does it say? S is for strength, and that means I am strong. I can carry more toys and swing stuff all day. And it explains all these special stuff. That is hilarious. We're going to read this on Friday. We're going to read through this because this is great. I love this. This is an actual like item that's in the game. That's so badass. Thank you so much, Tori Wayne. I really appreciate it. I can't even believe it. I'm so happy about that. Anyways, let's get into some funny videos here, you hooligans. I'm so stoked about that book. It's like a bucket list item that I didn't realize I had on the list. Now, you guys are only going to get this if you've seen South Park. This is a fantastic Halloween costume for South Park. I mean, just the man in a dress, the whole thing works. This was provided by Stoner, and this is titled Yeah.
Yeah, I am Lord.
Yeah. Feeling good on a Wednesday. Just need a little bit of shelter. Yeah. I am Lord.
I love that shit. I am Lord. Yes. So anyways, that's a South Park reference there. If you don't realize, he's not talking about the Lord like God. He's talking about a singer. And it's funny, okay? It's really funny. So just know that it's funny. Hold on a second here. You starting without me, bud. This one was provided by Colty, and it's titled Collect Them All.
Freddy. From the Real Rig series comes the all-new Fentanyl Freddy playset. Pose Freddy in his signature lean and watch him freeze in place thanks to the realistic nod module. Every set comes with his pop-up tent, busted shopping cart, and the catalytic converter he swiped for tonight's fix. He even comes with Suboxone. He says he's quitting, but we know how that goes.
Oh man.
Freddy. From
He says he's quitting, but we know how that goes. That is funny stuff. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to grab this link really quick. I'm going to drop it in the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. And then we're going to be raiding out over on Rumble. Also, I just realized this week we are going to have to play the game this week. We got 5 hours of premium live streaming that we have to do. Damn, is Christmas this week? I was saying earlier this next week, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think it might actually be this week. Let me take a gander really quick. What day is it? The 15th? Oh, it is next week. Thank God. Thank goodness. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it. It is a week from Thursday. I'm right. I jumped ahead a week. I told you, time is almost non-existent for the way my brain is right now. Either way, there is the link list link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of you guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because you got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Now, like I said, we are going to read through. We have the Pledge of Allegiance coming up, and we're raiding out over on Rumble. Chad. 10 days till Christmas. Yep, counting it down. MetaMouse, sounds like the whole advent calendar is in-game stuff from Fallout. Well, we had a bunch of stuff that was tags that we didn't get out of the Skyrim. We got a couple tags out of the Skyrim, but we got a lot of tags, like gift tags and stuff. This is a bunch of Vault Boy. Oh, it's actually focusing. I was trying to show you guys. I'm glad that we held this up. I couldn't show you this when we pulled it out of the box, but they're like gift tags, right? Like you stick it on presents and stuff. We got a whole bunch of these. I hung a bunch of them on the tree here, but we got a whole bunch of these, which is fine. It's all Fallout stuff. But the last couple things have been like recipes and all that kind of stuff. It gets better as we go. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy Freedom. You need a stim pack. You're right. What's up, Horizon? Happy Freedom to you. Appeal to having a late idea mystery boxes from Amazon. There was somebody else talking about Amazon mystery boxes a couple days ago. But I guess they're expensive. Maybe they got cheap ones. It would be pretty humorous to get a mystery box to open on the live. Otter, shit, tree. You just reminded me. I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, my life's been chaotic. That's why it's not dressed up yet. I'll try and dress it up today. I don't know. I gotta get my ducks in a row. Metamile Klaus is demanding his fancy feast, judging by the glare he's giving you. You eyeballing me, boy? You'll be alright. He's like, I'm fading away. I'm fading fast. Save me, Dad. What's your name? We'll go VX. Happy Freedom VX. Thank you for joining us. Meta, I love your golden presidential wiener comment. Wife of the president should get that perk. I'm just saying. I don't know why people are so mad at me about it. There's so many other things to be mad about. And just be mad at me making jokes. You should be upset. You should be upset if our president is too old to be slinging winger. It's not good, right? We want a president in their prime. Like, I don't know. People find the wrong things to be mad about. Southern Eagleman, read on the live Friday in the voice chat. We have all kinds of funny books and stuff that we read in the voice chat. What's up, Christine? Happy Freedom to you. Otters. Klaus like, thanks, Dad. Or should I say, Hassan? Might as well give me a shot collar while you starve me. Yeah, that's basically where he's at. Chad, every box delivered to the wrong address by Amazon drivers is a mystery box. That's right. That's right. All right, hooligans. It is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. Let's raid out over on Rumble. Let's see who is live today. Well, Cat Dog's live. Today's Monday. Handy's live. Rotella's live. Let's start the week with Rotella. I mean, we did raid Clamor earlier, but that doesn't count. This is Coffee with Hooligans. This is a whole different deal here. Look at Rotella. He looks like a hooligan all blacked out. Normally he's got all kinds of color on. Look at him. Looks just like a hooligan. Holy. All right, you hooligans, get ready to raid. I'm over here typing in the wrong chat. Don't forget, hit that like button as soon as you land, and let's get raiding.
In fact, the British were so thrilled by this tremendous coup that General Howe decided it was time to...
Jeff Mack raids the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Do you believe it? Jeff Mack? Let's go say hi to some hooligans, shall we? Hooligans, Jeff, I know that you guys are used to coming over here and I'm in a cut-off sleeve shirt and stuff. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather tonight, so you get relaxed looking, Mr. Rotella, tonight. Thank you so much, Jeff Ballyho, my man. We got Dutton inside the chat. We got For the Love of Voters. We got Cricket Chris inside the chat. Jeff says, Happy Monday, Ballyho Jeff. Ramsey joining us. Hi, Ramsey. How are you? Jeff said you are in the proper hooligan apparel tonight. Am I? Look, Rotella streams, baby. If my camera wasn't flipped. Ballyho hooligans, come on in. It's great to see you. Elder Zoomer, Ballyho, come on in. Jeff Mack, I hope I'm not going to talk too much about. I've read your stuff. I hope things go well for you, my man. Ballyho to Jeff Mack. Let's see. Have you guys followed Jeff Mack yet? Boom. There's that guy right there, everybody. Make sure you follow Jeff Mack right there, everybody. Jeff Mack usually goes live before the Dome. Hang out with the hooligans, hang out with Jeff Mack, and then come hang out inside the Dome. Thank you so much, Mr. Mack. We are watching a documentary about the crossing of the Delaware right now. It's a short one, and then we're watching Trump's Christmas speech from yesterday. We hope you join us.
To come.
You're right, Cricket Chris. The best is yet to come now that you're here. Thank you, Jeff Mack. Valley Ho, my man. Let's go back to the Dome Theater, shall we?
Go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. I didn't realize he was feeling sick, but the show must go on. He's out there kicking ass. I also didn't realize that he was wearing merch. Very cool merch. He's all blacked out, looking like a hooligan. That's funny you guys told him that. Well, hopefully he starts feeling better. Either way, we're going to read through the chat really quick, and then we are wrapping things up. We'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Hey, 10 Man, I'm sorry to hear about all this stuff going on. I'm praying for you, buddy. I know that stuff's not fun. Done streamception, yes. That's right, Middle Mouth. Play ball. Thank you, Bill Clay. Appreciate you being with us today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Meta, yeah, Rotella's awesome. He's awesome. It's a black sheep. Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. I think we're good to go. Like I said, we'll be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Definitely go find some good food. Go find some fun to do. Be safe while you're doing it, and make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. I appreciate all of you guys helping me cover the news and helping me make this news suck less. This Klaus Daniels ain't getting it done. Look at you, lazy. You're just being lazy. What are you doing with this tail? This is my tail. Yeah, see? Look how he treats me. It ain't right. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.